for me as a director was to sort of embrace the spirit of.
For more than 60 years, Ron Howard has been seen as one of the most kind and respected people in Hollywood. Many people in the industry even call him the nicest guy in show business. This reputation did not appear overnight. It was built slowly over decades through his calm personality, professional behavior, and ability to work well with others. From his early days as a child actor to his success as a director, Howard has always seemed polite, friendly, and easy to work with. However, like many public figures, there is more to his story than what people usually see. Behind that calm and friendly image are moments of frustration, anger, and conflict that most fans never hear about. Over the years, Howard has faced criticism, difficult working relationships, and even situations where he felt disrespected or misunderstood. These experiences show that even someone with such a positive reputation can have a more complicated personal journey. His story is not just about success and kindness, but also about challenges and emotional struggles that shaped who he became. When we look beyond the surface, we begin to understand that his life in Hollywood was not always as smooth as it appeared, and that his reputation as the nicest guy is only one part of a much deeper story. Ron Howard's journey in Hollywood began at a very young age, long before he fully understood the world around him. His father, Rance Howard, was also an actor and made an important decision that would shape his son's future. Instead of allowing young Ron to play mischievous or funny troublemaker roles, which were popular at the time, he guided him toward playing kind and honest characters. This decision helped create the image that audiences would come to love. From 1960 to 1968, Howard played Opie Taylor on The Andy Griffith Show, a role that made him a familiar face in American homes. Viewers watched him grow up on screen, learning life lessons and sharing emotional moments with his on-screen father. After that, he continued his success with the popular sitcom Happy Days, where he played Richie Cunningham, another kind and thoughtful character. These roles made him widely loved, but they also created a challenge. Many people began to see him only as a good kid, which made it harder for him to be taken seriously in other areas of the entertainment industry. Despite this, Howard had bigger dreams. While acting, he started developing an interest in directing. This showed that he was not satisfied with staying in one role and wanted to grow creatively. His early years helped build his strong foundation, but they also created expectations that he would later have to break in order to succeed. Moving from acting to directing is not easy, especially for someone who is strongly associated with a certain type of role. However, Ron Howard was determined to prove himself. In 1977, he directed his first film, Grand Theft Auto, a low-budget comedy that he also co-wrote. While the film was not a huge success, it showed that he had talent behind the camera. Over time, he continued to improve his skills and took on more serious projects. Eventually, he became one of the most successful directors in Hollywood. His work on A Beautiful Mind earned him an Academy Award for Best Director, which is one of the highest honors in the film industry. He also received many other awards, including Emmys and Golden Globes. Along with producer Brian Grazer, he co-founded Imagine Entertainment, a company that produced many successful films and television shows. Despite his professional success, Howard managed to maintain a stable personal life. He married his wife Cheryl in 1975, and they built a strong family together. People who worked with him often described him as respectful, supportive, and easy to collaborate with. However, success also brought new challenges. As his reputation grew, so did expectations, and he began to face criticism and pressure that tested his calm personality. Even though Ron Howard is known for staying calm, there have been times when he felt deeply frustrated. After winning the Oscar for A Beautiful Mind, many people expected him to feel nothing but happiness. However, the situation became more complicated. Some critics began to argue that the film did not truly deserve the award and that other movies should have won instead. These comments spread widely and started to affect how people viewed his achievement. For Howard, this was not just simple criticism. He felt that his hard work was being ignored and that his success was being unfairly questioned. He later admitted that these reactions made him angry, which was surprising for someone known for his gentle personality. This moment showed a different side of him, one that many people had never seen before. It reminded others that even successful and respected individuals can feel hurt when their work is criticized. The experience also revealed how difficult it can be to maintain a positive image in an industry where opinions can change quickly. While Howard did not openly attack his critics, he did not hide his feelings either. This made him seem more human, as people realized that behind his calm image, he experienced the same emotions as anyone else. In 2011, Ron Howard faced one of the biggest controversies of his career with the film The Dilemma. A line in the movie's trailer, spoken by actor Vince Vaughn, caused strong backlash. Many people felt that the joke was offensive and inappropriate. The situation quickly became a public issue, with organizations and audiences expressing their concerns. Even though the studio decided to remove the line from future advertisements, Howard chose to keep it in the film. He explained that the line was meant to show a flaw in the character, not to support the idea behind the joke. He also stated that he believed in creative freedom and did not support censorship. However, not everyone agreed with his decision. Some people felt disappointed, and his image as the nicest guy in Hollywood was questioned. This moment showed how quickly public opinion can change, even for someone with a strong reputation. It also highlighted the difficult balance between artistic expression and social responsibility. For Howard, the controversy was a reminder that every decision in the film industry can have serious consequences, and that even the most respected individuals are not immune to criticism. One of the most important moments in Ron Howard's directing career came during the making of Splash. The project faced many challenges before it was finally completed. At the time, a powerful producer named Ray Stark was working on a similar idea about a mermaid. Because of his influence, many studios were afraid to support a competing project. This made it very difficult for Howard and Brian Grazer to find a company willing to take the risk. At one point, Stark even threatened to damage Grazer's career if they continued with their film. Despite this pressure, they refused to give up. Eventually, Walt Disney Productions agreed to support the project, but even then, there were concerns about how the film would fit the company's family-friendly image. To solve this problem, Disney created a new label called Touchstone Pictures, which allowed them to release films for a more mature audience. When Splash was finally released, it became a major success and proved that Howard and Grazer's vision was correct. Interestingly, Stark's project was never completed. This experience showed Howard how competitive and harsh the film industry could be, but it also proved that determination and belief in one's work can lead to success. Early in his directing career, Ron Howard faced a very challenging situation while working with legendary actress Bette Davis. At the time, Howard was still young and trying to prove himself as a director. Davis, on the other hand, was highly experienced and known for her strong personality. From the beginning, there was tension between them. She did not agree with some of his decisions, including the casting of a young actress with no experience. When they first spoke, she treated him formally and did not show much trust in his abilities. On the first day of filming, she even made a comment about his young appearance in front of the crew, which embarrassed him. Despite this, Howard remained calm and continued to do his job. Later, when he suggested a change to a scene, Davis agreed to try it, and the result was better. She acknowledged this and began to show him more respect. By the end of the project, their relationship had improved, but the experience left a lasting impression on Howard. It taught him the importance of confidence, patience, and respect when working with others, especially those with more experience. Ron Howard's relationship with Henry Winkler began as a strong friendship during their time on Happy Days. However, as the show became more popular, changes began to occur. Winkler's character, Fonzie, became extremely popular and started receiving more attention than Howard's character. This shift created a difficult situation. While Howard remained professional, he later admitted that it affected him emotionally. He felt that the focus on Winkler changed how people treated him within the industry. There were even discussions about renaming the show to focus more on Fonzie, which Howard strongly opposed. Despite these challenges, both actors handled the situation with maturity. Winkler supported Howard and believed in keeping the show as a group effort rather than focusing on one character. Over time, Howard decided to leave the show and focus on directing, which turned out to be the right decision for his career. Their friendship continued, showing that even when professional tensions exist, mutual respect can keep relationships strong. Ron Howard's life and career show that success in Hollywood is never simple. While he is widely known as one of the kindest people in the industry, his journey includes moments of conflict, criticism, and personal struggle. These experiences do not weaken his reputation but instead make it more real and relatable. They show that even someone with a positive image can face challenges and difficult emotions. Over the years, Howard has proven that success is not just about talent, but also about resilience, patience, and the ability to learn from difficult situations. His story reminds us that people are more complex than their public image and that true character is revealed through how they handle challenges. Today, he is not only respected for his work but also for his ability to remain grounded despite the pressures of Hollywood. His legacy is not just about the films he has made, but also about the example he has set for others in the industry. Even though Ron Howard became one of the most respected directors in Hollywood, his journey was not always smooth or easy. Like many people trying to grow in their careers, he faced moments of rejection and self-doubt. When he first started directing, many industry professionals did not take him seriously. They still saw him as the young actor from television, not as someone capable of leading major film projects. This created a difficult situation where he had to constantly prove himself. Some executives questioned his decisions, while others doubted his ability to handle big productions. These doubts could have discouraged him, but instead, they pushed him to work harder. Howard focused on improving his skills and learning from every project he worked on. He paid close attention to storytelling, camera work, and how to guide actors to deliver strong performances. Over time, he slowly changed how people viewed him. However, the early years left a strong impression on him. He understood what it felt like to be underestimated, and that experience stayed with him throughout his career. It also influenced how he treated others. Because he knew how difficult it was to earn respect, he made sure to support and encourage people who worked with him. This approach helped him build strong relationships in the industry and reinforced his reputation as a kind and understanding leader. Even during challenging times as Ron Howard's career grew, so did the pressure that came with it. Directing films is not just about creativity, it also involves managing large teams, handling budgets, and meeting high expectations from studios and audiences. Every decision a director makes can affect the success or failure of a project. For Howard, this responsibility became heavier as he took on bigger films. There were times when he had to make difficult choices under tight deadlines, knowing that many people depended on him. This kind of pressure can be overwhelming, even for experienced professionals. However, Howard developed a calm and steady approach to handling stress. Instead of reacting emotionally, he focused on solving problems step by step. He believed that staying calm helped him think more clearly and make better decisions. This mindset became one of his greatest strengths. People who worked with him often noticed how he remained composed, even in difficult situations. This ability not only helped him succeed but also created a positive working environment for others. His leadership style showed that being calm and respectful can be just as powerful as being strict or demanding. Over time, this approach became a key part of his identity as a director and contributed to his long-lasting success in the film industry. One of the reasons Ron Howard has remained successful for so many years is his ability to build strong relationships with the people he works with.